button.
I will.
All right. Okay, we are live, and this is the first stream on Russell's channel here at Texas Hardcore 1965. And tonight we have a watch party for a documentary, The Decline of the Western Civilization. This is the first part of it. So yeah, it's going to be me, Texas, Guy over at Caveman Movies and More, and Juno. Juno fell out right now, but I'm sure he'll be back soon. Go ahead, Russell.
No, I mean it's acting weird on my other phone, but here we go.
That's stupid punk rock. I don't, I just think of it as rock and roll because that's what it is.
What the thing, what the thing?
Stunning, says Robert Hilbert of the LA Times. Bracing, stimulating, and technically superb, Todd McCarthy of Variety. Anyone who wants to learn about the new music at arm's length should check out Penelope Spheeris' chilling new film, Chris Morris, LA Reader. Suburban Voodoo, Doug Simmons, the Boston Phoenix.
My house smells just like the zoo. Oh man, you can spit really good.
The Decline documents a sociological phenomenon that is the foundation for the most shocking American youth movement in history. Spheeris Films presents Fear, Black Flag, Circle Jerks, Germs, and X in See it in a theater where you can't get hurt.
Okay, what's up, guys?
Not too much.
All right, there's Juno. What's up, Juno?
Juno.
Sorry, I was putting the post for the live stream, so wanted to do that real quick.
Juno's Mr. Ghost tonight.
But yeah, I put the post on my channel.
Oh, cool! Thanks. The decline of Juno civilization.
Western civilization.
So yeah, we're gonna be streaming on this channel for the rest of the weekend because unfortunately I ended up getting myself banned from YouTube for 1 week, so I don't think my channel is gonna be active again until next Friday. Unfortunately, I ended up posting a GIF that had nudity in it, and I was like, I know this is like not a good idea, but I didn't think it was going to result in a 1 week suspension. So I was like, all right, they'll probably just delete it or whatever, no big deal. And then bang, here comes the strike notification. I'm not allowed to do anything for a week. So yeah, we're gonna be doing this stream tonight on Texas's channel, and then Sunday we're gonna be doing a watch party for Suburbia on his channel, and then we also have a hangout stream coming this week on this channel on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, the watch party on Sunday is also at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, it's really good though that we got Texas up and running here with live streams now, so we can start to see more streams from one of us three besides me, So that's good to see.
So, hi everybody. I have a really storied history with this film. And in fact, Sean, like I had said, that the reason I wanted to do this is sort of a precursor to Suburbia, which was Penelope's next film that she did after this. And I just realized today, because I hadn't thought about it in years, but I did actually see both of these as a double feature in a theater here. And um, I'd already seen, well, both films a bunch, but to actually see them in this big theater, you know, was pretty cool. And so I will be fact checking a lot of people that are in the audiences during the concert performances that were part of that LA scene back then. And this is kind of there's a great book called "We've Got the Neutron Bomb," which that is actually a song by an LA punk band called the Weirdos. One of the guys that you'll see in the film is a man named Brendan Mullen, who started a punk club called the Mask, Masque, who had tons of in the early late 70s, like the Plugs, the Zeros, or Los Zeros as they were called as well, because they were, besides the Plugs, they were two Hispanic bands that were an integral part of that scene. X, of course, the Germs, the Weirdos, as I mentioned before. But in the book, it details like a lot of things, and there's quite a bunch of funny stories about them. There was also like the Controllers and the Skulls, which at the time this was made, the scene had kind of gone from a bit of like, it got a bit more violent, I guess, because you had all these jock assholes that thought they were punks, and they were coming to the suburbs and coming from the suburbs and going to these shows and causing violence and stuff like that. Around 85, there was a show on MTV that had a bunch of like different LA people, and they had some different like bands that were shown. One band from Italy, Raw Power, who I actually got to see twice. The second time I saw them, I was talking to their drummer and asking him, like, I saw that MTV special and stuff, when you guys were playing the Olympic Auditorium, and he's just like, he goes, "That was terrible." I said, "What do you mean? You guys were fantastic." He goes, "No, it's not that. There was a kid that was killed at the show." And it wasn't, in the scene here, we had some really good bands, and there wasn't like any of that sort of stuff. The only time we ever had, any kind of bullshit was when like there were a bunch of, KKK assholes trying to infiltrate the scene, and we took care of that really quick, but I don't know. It's just always weird to read about these different bands in different places and how they were touring, and then you would finally, if you were lucky, get to actually see these guys perform. And that's the one thing that drew me into the scenes, is that they were just, like-minded like me, that I could talk to them afterwards and talk to them about their music or politics or anything, and that's what all that means to me. And I don't know, I'm kind of getting weird, but I'm just saying that that's a huge part of my life. It's still a huge part of my heart, and it's not like it was today, unfortunately. And people don't realize that, because it was more underground instead of like a lot of the commercial garbage that's out today. And it's just like, I don't classify this as that, it's just, I don't know, it's just weird. But I want you guys to enjoy this as much as I do. So
Yeah, I think like a lot of the bands and the music that's going to be presented throughout this documentary, they're not just responsible for like one scene or one kind of movement in music. It really produced a lot of subgenres. I know that.
Yeah,
'Cause, like, I
definitely.
mean, I know you and I are a little different in age, but like with me growing up, like I didn't first start going to punk rock shows until about maybe 97, something like that. Like pretty much when I was in high school. Like I didn't graduate high school until '01, but I was going to shows pretty much from like 97 all the way up until like the late 2010s, or like, I mean, 2000s actually, late 2000s. But I mean, like, I don't know, like I'm a fan of all types of different music, really. Like I don't just land on like one kind of genre, but if I had to like really like pick something, it would probably be punk hardcore, or even maybe like, I mean, I do like a lot of metal bands too, but I just, I've never seen this documentary before. It's, in a way, it is up my alley. I'm not really into the music scene like I used to be. I'm just kind of at that age, like, I'm in my 40s now. I'm just not interested in going out and looking for trouble, you know? Like, with going to shows over the years, man, I've seen some fucking crazy shit happen at shows, man. It's just like, between partying and people starting fights and people getting robbed and shit, it's just, I don't know. I just kind of got to a point where I was like, I need to take a step back from the music scene. It's like, it really was a big part of my life. It was like, it really defined all my weekends for a while there. It was always like, all right, look on the internet, see what bands are playing today. Or even before the internet, we used to rely on paper flyers. That's how you found out about
Oh
shows.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
paper flyers.
definitely.
That was before the internet and all that shit and cell phones and all that. But yeah, this should definitely be an interesting watch. And I'm gonna be watching. I still haven't watched Suburbia yet, but I'm definitely watching it tomorrow before the stream on Sunday. Definitely gonna watch it tomorrow, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
How
So
many?
I know
How
there's
many?
how many parts is there for this
There's
documentary? Is it
there's
three?
three. The second one is called The Metal Years, and it's a bunch of hair metal bands, and basically you just see them make fools of themselves because they think they're going to be like this huge, big kind of thing. But then there's like Megadeth is in it. They're about the only good aspect of it. And then there's like Ozzy in it, and he's all just drugged up and stupid. And then you've got Kiss, and they're just, trying to be whatever, and then the third one is back to like the punk scene, but it's years later, but it's all these crust punk kids that are homeless and stuff, and that one's actually kind of sad. It's I mean, the bands in it are cool as fuck, but the rest of it, it's not cool seeing these kids. They talk about the abuse from their families and stuff, and there's a major thing in it that actually happens that you know I'm not going to go into it because we're not watching it, but it's actually kind of sad. And you know I,
But
something
Yeah,
that I really don't
but but with music, I like all genre music. Like there's some genres that I don't like. Like I'm not a huge big fan of, but I do like punk rock music. Like that's like a pretty good jam to hear.
I mean, to me like one of my favorite bands was the Minutemen, and their whole one of their two of their ethos was basically you know go start your own band. Everybody should there should be a rock band or whatever on every block. And I believe that, and that you know you can use music for all sorts of things. And then one of the things that I used to say when I did my radio show was like, music is the soundtrack to your life, and don't have a shitty
Yep.
soundtrack, you know
I agree
but
with
yeah.
a lot of
Well, like, another
what
thing I think is actually a good precursor to the subject matter of this documentary. It's more modernized. Is that movie Green Room?
yeah, yeah.
You
yeah,
know?
a good one.
Yeah,
Little
so I
fun.
mean, if people haven't, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are familiar with this. This is an A24 film, but if you haven't seen this and you get through this stream tonight and it kind of jumps out at you, this is something you're going to want to check out as Green Room.
I would say that's A24's best movie, hands down, because that movie is really fucking good.
Yeah, it's really surprising to see Patrick Stewart, pop up in that movie. He's kind of like the
Yeah.
leader of like that I don't know, whatever they are. I guess they're skinheads or whatever, but like he's like the leader of that group, and just like as soon as you see his like him on screen and his presence and everything that he brings to it, it's just like really surprising. And it's also at the same time, it is like a fairly low budget film from what I remember hearing about. It is kind of like an independent film in some ways or whatever, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely. I mean, to be on more modern, like a modern level, like that's going to relate to what we're watching here tonight. But yeah, it looks like we have 15 people in the chat. I don't know if you want to try pulling up the chat, Russell, and going through that, or
Yeah.
attempting to.
Green Room. Green Room is pretty much like Suburbia meets American History X, and that's how you got Green Room.
Yeah, that's a good example there.
Yeah, definitely a great film. Highly recommended, folks.
Oh man, there's so much. I see what you mean.
Yeah, you're gonna go through it tonight, man. You're gonna see what it's like.
well, well, the Pope was here earlier, and he actually quoted the Germ song "Manimal," so that's kind of cool because you'll see that in the film. And then we have 71, and hey, 71. We've got Jimmy, of course. We've got Joseph, the horror guy.
Are you able to pull the comments up on the screen?
Yeah, but everybody right now they're just kind of saying hello, so
Okay.
I'm kind of
Yeah. All right. I
Yeah.
just wasn't sure if you were aware of that. And how long do you want to run this for? Like, you want to do 2 hours or just see how it goes?
Yeah, let's just see how it goes because
So
I got a
we'll
lot
get
of
this
talk.
documentary. We'll get it. Like, we're almost 17 minutes into this stream, so I figured a 30-minute mark. We'll probably get the
Yeah.
documentary
We
started.
can do that.
Okay, go ahead.
And then this lovely lady's here, Moonbeam, and
Hey, what's up, Moonbeam?
Hey, Moonbeam.
71,
Good morning.
and let's see, Zodiac Z's here,
Zodiac.
What's up, Z?
Rosalie is here,
Rosalia.
You're Rosalita.
some guy named Cinephile Sanity. I don't know him.
Oh, it's an asshole.
Fucking guy. That fucking guy.
Ginger Ninja's here, Mr.
Hey,
Jason,
Jason.
and we got Wilkie from Wilkie's Movies and Music, Corey.
Hey, Corey.
Corey.
What's up, Corey?
Corey's the man. And
Fucking A.
we got
Oh, you know what? Let's see if we can get you to try and work on moderators. Pick a name on there in the chat and try and click on it, or like hold your finger on it for a second until you start seeing like a list of things coming up on the screen. Is it working? Really?
Yeah.
All right, maybe just try tapping the name. No, that just brings up the comment. All right. It's weird. You should be able to like hold in the name like with your finger, and then like a list comes up saying like set as moderator and standard or channel operator or whatever the fuck it is. But
I don't know that. Does
I
that
guess
happen on YouTube or I mean, do I have to do that in YouTube or in StreamYard?
like just no, like yeah, through stream. Wait, no, you know what? Yeah, you're right. It is through YouTube. You got to go through YouTube. I'm sorry. So go to like you have it. You have the chat pulled up on your tablet.
No, I have it on my phone. Let me see. Let me
I think yeah, you got to do it from the other device. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot about that. I'm like thinking about that now. I forgot.
Do I got to go to the studio or what?
Just open up
Oh.
YouTube, the app, the regular app or whatever.
All
Okay.
you do is just open up the stream. And
Yeah,
then
just go to your channel, open up the stream, and then the chat will pop up, and then you should be able to like hold in the names with your thumb, and then the list should pop up.
yep.
I see we have Anthony Chobits in the chat. We got Dirk over at Subjective Perspective Collective. What's up, Dirk? Mikey's Morg is here too. What's up, Mikey?
Mikey.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, Rosalia is here too. What's up, Rose? Moonbeam. Woo Riders is here. Joseph the Horror Guy. Yeah, we got 14 people in the chat right now. But yeah, for people that just came in, my channel is banned for the week, so I can't do nothing on my channel until probably next Friday. So yeah, I ended up posting an inappropriate gift and I got striked for it. So, but also like another thing is I looked at the thing for it, like the notification. It looks like the strike will be taken off of my channel as long as I don't get another one. It'll be taken off on July 13th. So it's whatever.
Like you're on probation.
Yeah, I'm on probation until July 13th. So it's definitely a learning experience
Okay,
there.
so channel activity, or what do I do?
Oh, like you see the list now?
Yeah.
Go all the way to the bottom. It should say set as moderator or something like that.
Gotcha.
Go to the bottom of that list. And then after you hit that, like it might come up as standard or something. I would just put him down as a standard moderator.
All right.
You can change that later if you have to, but that's how you make moderators though. So you're gonna have to do that through your phone there, it looks like.
All right.
And just pick whatever names you want to turn into moderators. But I'm not trying to like distract you from the stream at the same time. This, that's the thing with your first stream. It's a learning curve. You got to figure things out to get better at it.
Right.
But I think everybody in the chat understands that too. Like I know the other, like, you still have the stream on your channel that you and I did to get you going on here. But this is technically your first stream.
Somebody is mysteriously sending me messages. Good ones,
Yeah,
not bad ones.
Oh yeah, another thing. We got to mention this. Texas's channel finally hit 100 subscribers, so you've hit the first milestone there. I know a lot of people like to say like the first 100 subs is the hardest one. Like, get the fuck out of here. That 1K is harder than that shit, dude. Like, but it's I don't know. Everybody's got a different outlook on that, I guess. But definitely great to see you at you're at 102 subs now. So it's good, man. Right. It's like, so yeah, as soon as you start streaming, you hit that milestone. So
Congrats to you, Texas.
yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate it, guys.
But I really think too, like getting you up with getting you experience with the streaming. I think that's also going to help your channel.
Well, Moonbeam is a moderator now.
Yeah, giving out those wrenches. But yeah, other than that,
people like riot though. Like if they don't get them and shit, it's like ridiculous. So if any of you guys start any kind of phony baloney, you're out of here.
Yeah, I should be back. My channel should be up and running again for the Warriors stream, which is going to be your birthday. It'll be Texas's birthday next Friday on April 12th. So we'll have a birthday bash watch party for that.
Their birthday, because we've got Chris's birthday is the 16th, I think. Yours is the 19th, Sean.
Yeah.
Hux is the 10th.
It seems like a lot of people have birthdays in April. It seems like.
Yeah.
Like no matter what crowd of people I'm around, it's always like my birthday's on this day in April. But yeah. Trying to think of what else to go over with here on this stream. But
Oh
I
yeah,
did get in the mail today. I got this in the mail. I
Shit
got this
Factory's gonna release
Blu-ray.
4K. I'll
I got House on the Edge of the Park Severin Blu-ray, 3 disc. Got
Oh
this in the
man,
mail.
been moving.
that's so good.
Yeah, it's like I've only had this movie on DVD, and I'm just really tired of watching it on DVD.
Yeah.
I need a better print,
Dave-
so
David Hess plays a sick fuck in that movie. That's really, really mean and sadistic. Does a good performance.
I hadn't, I bought it and I hadn't seen it, and then Jimmy came over one day and I said, "Dude, let's watch this movie." And he's like, "Okay," because he's up for anything. If I was like, let's watch this. So we watched that, and then he was like, the end is just phenomenal, and we were just like, yeah,
dude, I
So
think it does a really good job at concealing at the end that the fact that the people being invaded in the house actually
Mhm.
planned this all out. They planned all
Mhm.
this shit out. Like they do a really good job at like concealing that all the way up until then. But it basically is in a way like it's I guess you could say a good homage to Wes Craven's The Last House on the Left. It works like that, but it does its own thing at the same time.
And David Hess is kind of like a little similar. He's playing the same villain character that he played in Last House on the Left, but more
Yeah,
differently.
yeah. I mean, except for he's taking advantage of like somebody who's like somebody who's mentally challenged.
But
I
yeah,
want
the
to
ending's pretty
I
phenomenal.
want to see that Diodato documentary that's on it as well, because I haven't
Oh, you know what?
watched that.
Darren gave us the wrong information on that. There actually is a documentary on there, but it's not the Searching for Cannibal Holocaust documentary.
Oh, really?
It's a different documentary. It's called Diodato Holocaust. That's what it's called. It came out in like 2019, but I mean, it's not a big deal that that's not on there. I still want to see that Searching for Cannibal Holocaust documentary, but it looks like you can only get that on Diabolic DVD. I might have to order that on there, but I've been hearing horror stories with them lately. Like people have been ordering from them and like they're not even shipping people's stuff out. Like they're being really lazy about shipping people's stuff out. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I want to order from Diabolic right now.
Yeah. Dirk's here from Subjective Perspective
Hey,
Collective,
Dirk.
and we've got
Yeah, what's up, Dirk?
Woo Riders is in here,
Woo.
and
What's up?
But we're coming up to the 30-minute mark
yeah,
soon. I guess
so we're gonna hit that.
yeah, if we want to go ahead and get this started here somewhat soon.
Yeah, if everybody's ready, this is on YouTube. It's on
Oh,
Crackle. It's on pretty much any
let
of the
me
free services. So
let me share the link for it real quick before we get
all
this
right.
started.
Shit Factory's gonna release RoboCop remake on 4K.
Yeah, who fucking cares? That's got who fucking cares written all over that shit, man.
Yep.
But I mean, you know what I noticed with the Killer Clowns release? They have a 35th anniversary bar at the top, but the
Uh-huh.
35th anniversary was last year.
Too little, too late, I
How do you
guess.
fuck that up? How do you just miss that? Like, I don't get that. Like, they're just gonna like, oh no, this is a 35th anniversary, even though we're 1 year late.
Like Arrow already did a good fucking release with that. Like, why does Shit Factory need to do their own 4K? Like, can Arrow just do the 4K instead?
It comes down to licensing, basically. Like, everybody's got to get paid at the end of the day.
Yep. Nah, just stick with the Arrow Blu-ray. Fuck Shit Factory in there. shit after
Yeah,
you see.
it's usually wiser to stick with an arrow release over a scream or shout release, in my opinion.
Because they want you to spend like almost 200 or 300 fucking bucks for bullshit. Like you're not
Yeah.
really getting anything new. It's just the same features, it's probably the same transfer because they're fucking lazy at times, and you're just gonna
I
get
just don't
the bullshit slipcover. That's it.
see. I don't like how like they. It seems like they really pimp that select or shout select line. And it's like they make it out to be this big deal when it's like you guys are really like the features are thin, the transfers you're like all right, it looks good, but nothing to like get all crazy about. It's like yeah, this is our shout select line. Like okay, what's the big fucking deal? I don't know. Just doesn't make it's like the way you like I don't know. Like another thing is like the way they present things on the back of their releases. Like
Yep.
let's look at this one real quick.
All right, if everybody's ready, let's get this
But
show on
they
the
put
road.
this thing at the top at the back of their releases, and it says, "Designed with the film lover in mind, Shout Select shines a light on films that deserve a spotlight on your shelf. From acknowledged classics to cult favorites to unhurdled gems, Shout Select celebrates the best in filmmaking, giving these movies the love and attention they deserve." Nah, you're not. You are not doing that at
You
all.
know,
Bunch of
you know who wrote that for him?
I don't know. Fucking.
Juno did. He wrote that whole fucking thing. And
Yeah,
then
but
the
it doesn't say piece of shit in there. You know,
but
that's why
see,
I couldn't tell.
no, well, no, he wrote it for him, and then they screwed him out of all the money for it. So that's
yeah,
why they're called
motherfuckers.
shit select. You know.
Yeah, they're motherfuckers. They screwed me over. The horses.
Yeah, they needed a byline, so he did it, and then those motherfuckers ripped him off.
Yeah, I think they were just jealous about the Juno and the Iron Mask release. I don't think they were
Yeah.
down with that one, or Juno of the Corn.
Yeah, like that could have gave them a big buck for this year, but they didn't want that deal. So fuck Shit Factory.
All right, I just shared the link down. I'll share it again one more time. It looks like it's gone already or something. But yeah, if everybody's ready in the chat, let's go ahead and get this started. What the fuck? But yeah, you can watch it right here on YouTube. I don't know how people are choosing to do that. I'm watching it on my tablet on YouTube. And yeah.
Ready?
All right.
You want me to do a
countdown?
P-Rich fast count, or I'm kidding.
Yeah, just do it. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Anything besides a 3 to 1.
Okay.
Do a 5 or a 10.
All right. I can do it in Japanese if you want.
Whatever gets it done, you know.
All right. I'm going to do a 4 count in Japanese. So if everybody's
Konnichiwa,
ready.
bitches. Konnichiwa, bitches.
No. Each, ni, san, shi, press play.
So this was filmed in December of 1979 in Los Angeles, California, or filmed from 79 throughout May of 1980. I will be right back.
And Darby there, all drunk and probably on whatever drugs he was doing at the time.
Yeah.
Photograph.
Like, I know there was, like, a straight edge scene back then, but it was, like, overall, it seemed like it was a mixed crowd. It was, like, you had a lot of fucked up people and then straight edge people.
Yeah, straight edge, though, really, I guess, kind of came out of DC, you know, and then people started following that because of, you know, Minor Threat and, you know, those bands, you know.
Yeah, like Monkey See, Monkey Do.
Yeah. At the bottom it says thank you, and you can tell them to fuck off.
Yeah.
Alice Bag is still going around today. She's amazing. She's written a whole bunch of books, and she still performs with different people.
You know, it's like I'm thinking about punk rock bands right now. Like one thing I really enjoy in a movie is in the slasher film Alone in the Dark. The Sick Fucks band pops up in here with
Yeah.
that "Chop Up Your Mother" song. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like they decide to, like, I forget who it is. Like the one girl's like, I'm going to this punk rock show tonight. I want you to come with me. And like she brings her older brother who's like got a family and shit. And she's like, so what's the name of the band? She's like, don't freak out or anything, but they're called the Sick Fucks. And he's like, oh my God, I'm not going to that.
That was, they were actually legit though. That was a legit band. It's actually It's
They
actually
actually have
funny.
a special feature that they're interviewed on this release.
Oh, okay.
Like they
The
actually
funny-
interview them for a few minutes on this release.
I mean, like
But
they're
I
you
love
know,
how simple the song is. It's just like the dude's just like chop, chop, chop up your mother. Just-
one of the things though, like about the whole LA scene, it got ridiculous for a time that there was a woman named Serena Dank, and she was like this fucking bitch that everybody was, you know, she would try to deprogram punks, you know, and shit. It was like so ridiculous. And then there was the show Chips, and there was the show Quincy, and we always joked about the Quincy episode because we called it Quincy Fights Punk Rock, and William Forsythe is in it, and he like plays the singer of this band called Pain, and it was just a joke band that they made for the show. But to see William Forsythe with this big spiked hair, and he's like, "Pain, I want to give you pain." You know, and it's just
William Forsythe. I mean, I'm sure he could pull it off. I just can't picture him like trying to lead a punk rock band.
There's Darby drinking from a bag. That was his girlfriend Michelle at one point, the one on the right with the black hair drinking the beer. You'll see a lot of people. A guy they just showed smoking, the Latino looking guy, was a guy named Joe Biza who plays guitar in a band called Sacker and Trust. There's a when we get to this one thing, but like Jane Wheedlin of the Go-Go's, when she was known as like Jane Drano, she's in some crowd scenes.
Jane Drano, what a fucking name. Jane Drano.
Like Belinda Carlisle was actually the president of the Germs fan club, and she was known as Dottie Danger at the time. The guy doing the spittle deal, that's this guy Paul Bartel. He's gone now, but he was known as Pat Fear, and as a joke, like he had this sort of a joke band called White Flag, and they were actually really good. He was really into a lot of things. He actually studied to become like a cop, but he was a huge Kiss fan, and when he was about, I think, 16. He didn't tell his parents where he was going. He just hopped on a bus to New York to go see a Kiss playing concert and shit.
Fucking A.
I'm trying to like think of like other punk rock bands that show up in movies, like horror movies and stuff.
I still gotta see that what the hell is that movie with Foo Fighters? They did a horror movie with them.
Yeah, it was like a couple years ago. I forget what it's called.
I want to check
Studio
it out.
666 or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I think that is it.
I gotta check it out.
It's pretty funny. It's good.
I want-
This is the
I
guy I
gotta
was
check
telling you about, Brendan Mullen, who he was the owner of The Mask. and stuff.
Yeah.
He's hilarious because he was like this Scotsman, you know, and he opened this club, and it's just so weird. But it's also strange that when I look at this and I see how many people aren't even with us anymore, it's just like fuck, you know.
Yeah, it's like a constant reminder, you know, your time's dwindling down.
One of the things, though, I hated that she did in this film was that there were parts that she took from the different shows, but then she would edit them into other people's performances to make it like, I don't know, give it some weird kind of thing.
Like better entertainment value, I guess.
I guess.
Fuck, man. Let's do this time. Yeah, I really hate the subtitles on YouTube. They're always so inconsistent. Like they start out good, and then out of nowhere they start bringing words in and that's just not
Well,
even being said.
well, see, she's got a lot of things, some things subtitled anyway, because like she subtitles some of the songs so people can understand what they're singing and stuff, you know.
Right? Yeah, that's smart. I see Liv Style Rewind is here. What's up, Liv?
Hey, Luke.
Hope you're having a good weekend.
So this is okay. This is Black Flag. This is their second singer, this guy Ron Reyes. The first singer was Keith Morris, who you'll see later as the Circle Jerks, and then after that was Des Cadena, and then they got Henry after that because Des was tired of singing and he wanted to play guitar too. So then they got Henry Rollins after that, and then they were like a 5-piece for a while. Then they Des left, and they went through like so many like friggin' drummers and bass players like after that. But I saw them at least once with Des, and then after that I saw him most of the time I saw him was with Henry, you know. And people can always say that, oh, Henry's an asshole and shit like that, but he was always cool to me, so I don't have a problem with him.
It was the
Yeah,
best part
speaking of Henry Rollins, we got to do a watch party for Feast.
Yeah, definitely.
He pops up in that movie, and he's like a motivational speaker, and he's just really bad at it, but like he does a really good job at playing the role.
He was
Like,
the
you're a
best
fan of that one, right, Juno? You like Feast,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the sequel, but I like the first movie.
Yeah, I've only seen the second Feast one. I think there's 3 of them. I've only seen the second one, but
They got kind of ridiculous. Like it lost the fact of how badass the first movie was. Because they used heavy ass CGI that just fucked up the movies a lot. Which was like, what the fuck?
yeah, I'd see. Like I've only seen the second one the one time. I only have the first. Like I had the first one in my collection.
But Henry Rollins, I liked him in the second Wrong Turn movie, but it fucking sucks that they killed him off at the way in the movie. I'm like, he's the best character. I wish he was the one that killed all these fucking hillbilly cannibals and survived as the heroine. But yeah, it was pretty cool in Wrong Turn too.
He's in Wrong Turn too. See, I haven't seen that one in a long time.
Yeah, because they make his character like that. He's like this military character. Then he goes all badass.
He's great in Wrong Turn too.
Yeah, I gotta see that one again. Like I'm mostly familiar with the first Wrong Turn. Like I have that in my collection. I don't have any of the other ones, and I've only seen the second one. Like I think when it initially came out.
Yeah, he's badass in the movie. I wish his character survived the whole end of the movie because he kicked ass like a motherfucker in that movie.
Yeah, that's right. Henry Rollins is in Sons of Anarchy too. He's in a lot of shit, man. He pops up in Michael Mann. He's also in Heat. He plays that guy's like bodyguard or whatever in the movie Heat. Like he's in a lot of good movies actually.
And he appeared in one of the Jackass movies.
Yeah. He definitely had an interesting career.
I kind of wish he did more horror movies because it's just like because seeing him in Feats and Wrong Turn 2, I feel like he should have been in more horror movies.
Huh.
Well,
He's
I
in that.
mean, he probably gets like, he probably goes to auditions and ends up getting beat out by better fucking actors or something. Who
Yeah.
knows? But I mean, I can't, I think probably last time I really remember seeing him in anything might be Feast. I can't remember like anything else after that he was really in.
He was a voice on in the cartoon Batman Beyond.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I want to
Yeah,
see what the last thing he did.
Mikey mentioned about him being and He Never Died. That's a great movie.
And then he played Spider in Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah, he's also in Lost Highway.
Yeah, I remember him being in that.
But I mean, like, when you see him in bigger movies like that, he never has like a leading role. He's always like a supporting character actor or whatever you
Yeah.
want to say it.
They kind of make his character in Wrong Turn 2 a lead.
Yeah, that actually looks like one of his biggest movies, actually.
Yeah. Because he is the best part of the movie. Because all the characters kind of suck in that movie, but like he's like the best one that kicks ass in the movie.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the last thing he did some movie called Music, PG-13 musical.
Mm-hmm.
Came out in 2021. Apparently, that's the last thing Henry Rollins did. Yeah.
Well, he was in Royal Crackers, the TV show.
Z, I don't know if Henry Rollins is at that party in Lost Highway. Like, that's actually, I bought that movie recently on Blu-ray. I still need to watch it. I haven't seen it on Blu-ray yet.
I know he had a small cameo in Bad Boys too,
Yeah.
as one of the SWAT guys.
Liv is saying, I used to be super into sharing Henry Rollins' quotes back on her Tumblr in the Tumblr days.
He's apparently part of this cartoon that's not come out yet.
He's come a long way from like working at Haagen-Dazs, you know.
You got 14 people in the chat, and I think P-Rich just went live.
Well, I think it's just a review or something. Maybe he'll show up.
Well, we got 18 likes. That's good.
It's like a few years back, like, Black Flag regrouped with like Ron, but it's just Greg, the guitar player, and then Ron is the singer, and they made this really horrible fucking album, just bad. I mean, I don't even own it. That's how bad it is. And then like, Greg basically kicked Ron out again because that's what he does. He's the guy with the brown shirt with the short hair there, but he over the years he'd grown it out, and he was always like smoking so much pot. I remember the first time that I ever talked to him, he was like really cool. Second time, it was just like he was just like, what? Who? Like, and and so now they have this guy, Mike Vallely or some shit, who's a skateboarding guy, and I'm like, whatever, you know. Yeah, there was always stuff going on between the Cops and Black Flag too. Well, lots of bands. All the stuff that they recorded, like with Dez, the singer after him, like the Six Pack EP and the Louie Louie single, um, all that stuff is great. Like, I don't know, Dez just had the voice, It was just like, I mean, not that Henry was bad, but Dez just really carried it, I think.
It's kind of hard to believe that any of these bands actually had legit managers.
What's funny is like Nicole, she became like a writer. She's really like she's just like a sweetheart. Here she kind of just seems kind of like, whatever, but she's another one I have on Facebook, and she had married this guy, and he seemed really, he seemed really cool and stuff, and then they were maybe together 2 or 3 years, and he fucking died, and it was like, I mean, it was just so bad. Like, she would make these posts of all, the pain and shit she was going through, and it was like, we were all constantly just telling her, like, it's okay, it's gonna be all right, you're gonna make it, and she, I mean, she would, she's a dear.
Is a deer in the headlights?
No, she's a sweetheart.
He's talking. They're like, "What was the first time you ever got hurt?" He's like, when I cut my foot open and put whiskey in it or something." Like, what
No,
the
they
fuck?
were playing at this club, the whiskey, but somebody broke a glass, and he
See, the
jumped off the stage.
subtitles are off, and I can't have the volume up too high because then it's gonna echo.
Right. Well, he jumped off the stage or something, and there was a broken bottle, and it went into his foot.
Yeah, it's fun. Like, none of those guys consider any of that. They worry about that after it happens. Like, I'm cut. Gotta go to the
Well,
hospital.
well,
Shouldn't
I
be doing
mean,
that.
Darby was a lunatic. I mean, he would break bottles and cut himself open and stuff, and I mean, he would be like doing speed or whatever the fuck he was doing. He didn't care.
I always find it funny when like a venue is at a basement of a church. And it's like the church doesn't even know what's going on. They just know that the area is being rented out and there's bands playing. That's as far as they really know. Because if they
Right.
really knew what was going on in these basements with these kind of bands, they would be like, nah, not in the house of God. This ain't happening here. But money will always change somebody's point of view, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're worshiping God or not, man, money will always make you a different person. Because, like, we used to have, or I don't know if the venue's still there, but like one venue we have here in Philadelphia is at 22nd and Chestnut. It's called like the First Unitarian Church. And that's what they would do. They used to rent out the basement there. It was like a really nice setup to have bands playing, and they never had a fucking clue what kind of bands were coming in there. Like there was even like skinhead bands coming in at some points, and it's just like if they really knew that, they'd be like, "Nah, this ain't happening." Or they do know it, and the money's just so good that they don't give a shit, you know?
Right. And there's Pat Smear from the Foo Fighters now on guitar. That's about the only time he was coherent enough where you could hear what he was saying. But as it goes on, it's just like fucked up. But their album was produced by Joan Jett, and rumor has it all she did was sleep on the fucking couch.
I mean, without the subtitles, I can't understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
Wow! Oh my god. Moonbeam's asking me, is Club Shampoo still around in Philadelphia? I remember that place. I've been there a couple times. It's like a nightclub, but it's always like nightclubs for people to take ecstasy and go get high and dance to shitty dance music and stuff like that. That's what I remember the place being, but I have no idea if that club is still around. I haven't been to Shampoo. Jesus Christ, maybe like 2003 might have been the last time I've been there. I mean, I could try to look it up real quick, see if it's still there, but or maybe I bet I wouldn't be surprised if it's like being run by somebody different and it's probably not called Shampoo anymore. Club Shampoo, man. I haven't heard of that place in so long. So it looks like it says here Club Shampoo, the nightclub, is permanently closed. And it looks like it closed in 2013. So to answer your question, no, Club Shampoo is not around anymore.
Later, Dirk.
Dirk's out of here. Take care, bro. Thanks for hanging out with us. We see
And
John Doe Juggalo's here. What's up, Jeff?
Hey Jeff, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, we also have Johnny's here from the Wild Guys. What's up, Johnny?
What's up, Johnny? It's a piece of shit.
What the fuck?
It almost sounded like a recording for a second. It almost sounded like Juno didn't say it. It was like somebody played a clip of him saying it real quick.
He Darby also talked about this deal where like I think
Yo,
he
hold
said
on a second.
okay.
Is he making toast right now with butter and jelly on it? Like, I'm talking like Jello. He's putting Jello on the toast
No,
right now.
I think it's mint jelly.
Ew.
It could be Jello. Fuck if I know, but you know.
Dude, it looked like green Jello with butter on toast.
Just I think she's talking about there's a story about this. They found this dead painter and stuff. It's really fucked up.
But yeah, he was definitely putting a lot of green Jello on that fucking bread, man. It was a lot.
Yeah, they're talking about this dead fucking guy they found in like somebody's backyard.
This is how these people entertain each other. They just have wild stories to tell each other. Like, I guess this is how they got by without cable and shit and cell phones.
Yeah. Well,
Like, I bet you the manager doesn't know, like, the first thing that happened with this story. She's only going by probably what she's been told. She's like, do you feel bad that he's dead? She's like, no, not at all, because I hate painters. Who fucking says that? Club Drano.
there probably was a place called Club Drano.
Club Ajax.
The one thing too that if you were like a huge fan of the Germs and like you ever talked to them, they would give you what was called a germs burn, where they would take a cigarette and burn it like into your like your shoulder or your arm. So if you have one of those, you're basically like a Germs fan and stuff, you know. But nobody or like a fan could give it to you too, but they have to have the germs burn too. So you know. But it probably got to the point where did Darby really give you that or whatever, you know?
You get a permanent souvenir.
Right. We should watch that movie though about them, the biopic called What We Do Is Secret that has Shane West playing Darby.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm aware of that one.
Did you guys ever see This Is Spinal Tap movie?
See what? This is Spinal Tap?
I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah, I've seen Spinal Tap a whole bunch of times.
I've got the
That's
Crutcher.
pretty good. That's a pretty good
Yeah, the Criterion
documentary
DVD
rock
that
film.
I have.
Like, what is that drawing on his head? It looks like someone tried to draw like barbed wire on that guy's head or something. Oh, what the fuck's on that guy's face? I think Russell might be frozen.
Don't think so. I think he's just messing with the camera.
Yeah, he's frozen. I don't know what happened to him.
There we go. I got on the wrong thingamabob.
All right. I'll be right back.
The real fun fact though was that Darby was actually gay, and everybody that knew him knew it anyway. They kept him as a secret. So Slash was a magazine that later became a record label, and they actually put records out by the Flesh Eaters. They actually put out the Misfits' first record, Walk Among Us. Well, their first album, rather. The one of the guys, this guy, this is the best part of the fucking movie right here. Juno. So did you hear that? New wave doesn't mean shit.
Nope. That's how I feel with the new stuff.
The girl's like, most of the time you can tell that somebody's high because you can see the cigarette burns. Like, people passing out with a cigarette in their hand, burning shit. It is a good indication right there. You see cigarette burns somewhere, I think somebody was whacked out of their minds. So, Texas, did you watch anything in that Saul box set that you got yet?
No, not yet.
No, okay. I saw somebody else had it on YouTube. Actually, I think Tony over at Basement Blues. I think he was the one who had it too, but that's like the only other person I saw that had that box set besides you.
Mid-Level Media had it, and I saw he unboxed the thing, and I'm kind of pissed that I bought it a little bit because everything's stacked on top, and the shitty kind of.
Unfortunately, that looks like that's the new way of packaging now. They got rid of the dividers on a lot of, like, even the Abyss 4K came like that, and the Aliens 4K. The discs are all stacked on top of each other. There's no more plastic divider. I mean, I understand the trying to be conscious or be aware of using too much plastic and have it go in the waste, but what the fuck, man? Like, you gotta give us something to hold the damn disc.
This place where Claude's band, Catholic Discipline, is playing was a place called Hong Kong Cafe, and it's an actual Chinese restaurant that used to have hardcore bands and punk bands play. There was also a place called Madame Wong, and the funny thing is, they both were like pissed at each other about the fact that it was like they were in competition to see like who could get the better bands to play or something,
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Caveman. I just think that's kind of ridiculous, Could you imagine? It's like tonight the Circle Jerks, and a $2.99, all you can eat special or some shit.
I mean, like, I've seen bands play in like record stores before, where the record store is extremely too fucking small. Where like you have like one pathway to like walk to the register, and then it's like, oh, the band's just playing right at the fucking register right here. Just, like, you can't even move. It's such a bad idea, but like that's how like record stores will promote a band's new album and shit. Like, oh, the band's gonna play right here. Like, what a shitty idea.
I mean, I've seen some bands play in small ones or like in bigger ones, because they used to, like when I lived in San Francisco at the Virgin Mega Store, they'd have bands play, sometimes, but they'd usually only do like 3 or 4 songs. But I saw Sleater Kinney play. They played at Amoeba, and that place was packed. I mean, everybody was like standing in the aisles of the records, and I figure, oh, they're only going to play 3 or 4 songs. They played a full hour and a half set. It was insane. I mean, it was like, wow. And they even did a couple of encores, because they were like, we don't do like encores, but okay. And then they played a couple of more songs.
Like, what's an encore? Is that a dinner? Is that a dinner or something? There's actually a restaurant in Japan, I think it is. Pretty sure it's Japan. And it's like a tavern restaurant, and the entire place is just completely Suspiria themed. It's
Oh
all
man.
Suspiria artwork. Like it's even in the floor and the tiles and the tables and like there's certain lamps and lights that look exactly like the same shit from Suspiria, but like I've only seen pictures of it on the internet, but it looks like a really cool place to go.
Yeah, that'd be great. Then they have those like cat cafes. You know, you go there and you get to watch cats play around and stuff. And Japan, man, they're always ahead of the game. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, Japan's very elaborate with that stuff, especially with the lights and everything and the sideshows. And then like those 3D graphics they like to have on like the corners of like certain big areas, like it'll be like a 3D graphic coming out of the wall and shit. I mean, I've never been to Japan. I don't think I'll probably ever go, but
A friend of mine one time went because there's a like a festival they have there every year. And so one year she's just like, you know, she's like, I'm gonna go to Japan for the weekend. I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, I want to go to the something festival. I forget. And I'm like, okay, you know. So she went, and then she comes back, and I go, how was it? She goes, oh, it was great. I had a great time. She goes, I tried to get you some wrestling stuff. I walked, I saw this store, and I went, but they were closed, so I couldn't get you anything. And I was like, oh, that sucks, you know.
well, it looks
Yeah.
like Alan is here from Pop's Movie Dungeon. Pop's Movie Dungeon. What's up, Alan?
Hey, Alan.
Hey, pops.
The flyer had a picture of like two hands like praying or whatever, and it said it'll suck your soul out or something like that
It'll
on
suck
the
your
flyer.
soul into your pants or out of
Yeah,
your
something
pants
like
or something
that.
like that. Claude was hilarious, you know, for this French dude that was here, you know, and stuff. And then he years later he moved back to France or something, and you know, he's another one that died of a fucking heart attack. Fucking, you know, it's like I said, there's so many people like here that I've seen, and they're like fucking all dead and shit.
Yeah.
This song's great though, because it's talking about how he has this little like Barbie doll that he's in love with, and she's like inside his pocket and stuff. The guy on bass was this guy that was in he's in the Bags, and he was also in 45 Grave. And in fact, they'll interview Dinah from 45 Grave at some point when they're doing the black and white stuff. Because, you know,
Yeah.
in Return of the Living Dead, there's that song Party Time by them, 45 Grave.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I know like on certain 45 Grave albums, like they will sample movies sometimes. Like they'll do like a sample of a movie in the beginning of a song and then the song plays.
And then the guy playing drums is Craig Lee, who's he's like the guitar player on the back. So some of these bands would interchange, you know, and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely my first time seeing this documentary. I haven't seen anything from it, but you can tell it's done very well, man. Like even just like the quality of like the video quality itself, like, and I'm
Yeah.
sure they had to go through so much degraded material and VHS tapes and everything to really analyze all of it. So, and even to have like those subtitles come in with like the fancy lettering and everything, but. It definitely looks like a well done documentary so far from just what I've seen here. What are we like 46 minutes into this now?
Yeah.
So we got about an hour left.
It's much better than that shitty living.
I see a new name in the
documentary.
chat release. I haven't seen him before. James Van Dusen.
Yeah, Jimmy's been here before. That's yeah, it's Jimmy over at James Van Dusen. That's one of Texas's friends, I believe.
Okay.
He's usually here with us like every weekend.
Yeah, I was saying that I like this documentary more than that shitty Chucky documentary crap.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. The Chucky documentary.
Yeah, that documentary can kiss my ass.
So now we're
Like,
getting into the stuff with like X and John Doe. He's in a bunch of movies. He was in the original Roadhouse. So you don't have to complain that he was in the crappy remake and stuff.
Yes. Oh god,
Um,
the remake was the most
and then
generic.
the singer Exene, well, she and John Doe were actually married for quite a number of years. Then they got divorced, but it of course, kept the band going. But she married Viggo Mortensen for a time too.
Hmm. Yeah,
Now they're
original.
giving each other unsanitized tattoos and shit. Like,
Well, I have a story about that. Um, when I worked at Borders in San Francisco, John Doe did an in store, where it was just him playing songs from some of his solo records and stuff. And so, I was total fanboy. I'm like, oh shit, John Doe, man, fuck, I gotta talk to him. And I really think he got pissed off at me after a while because I kept asking him questions. But the third decline had come out, and I asked him. I said, you know, what was, what was, like, I mean, was Penelope cool with you guys and stuff? And he goes, yeah, he goes, but she kind of, he goes, she was always up to something, paying, doing something for somebody so she could get a reaction, like, because he said, the part where Darby's in the kitchen, when they're making breakfast. I go, yeah. She goes, well, of course she you know he goes, I'm not sure what she gave him, but she probably bribed him with drugs so they could film that stuff. And then he goes, because the part where we're doing the tattoos. And I said, yeah. He goes, that was like at 2, 3 in the morning. And he goes, she bribed us all with a bunch of speed to do film all that, film us giving each other the tattoos and doing that stuff. And
it's
then
sad. Like, the only way to get someone's attention to do something is like, hey, I got some drugs over here. Like, okay, I'm listening. Like,
right, I mean, they probably would have done it anyway, but she probably didn't have the money to really pay him or anything.
Yeah.
And so then he asked me, he said, have you seen the new movie, The Decline of, Decline 3? And I said, yeah, actually I have. And he goes, is there a scene where she gives a bunch of those kids, like, she comes in and she's talking to them and they're all in this room, and then she surprises them with a bunch of Burger King because they haven't eaten and stuff? And I said, yeah, yeah. And he goes, yeah, she did that. She goes, she did that on purpose. That she did it just because she wanted to get the reaction of how the kids would be like giving them the food and everything like that. So you know See, then she shows like a couple of different people like that don't even talk, like the roadie and some fucking guy I don't know, but she shows their names and it's sort of like, okay. you know
I guess she's being considerate of everybody in the room.
yeah.
Jane Doe's here. What's up, Jane Doe?
Hey, there's Jane Doe.
Hey Jane, thanks
Yeah,
for coming out.
that's Jeff's mom.
Oh, cool, nice to meet you.
And hello to Miss Caveman too. I forgot to say hi to her.
Hey, what's kid?
Yeah, normally Miss Caveman's like sitting right next to me, and we're like texting on our phones during the chats and stuff. And, she's home and I'm here.
Yeah.
See, okay, now they're talking to Billy Zoom, the guitar player, and
Yeah.
he's funny, right? Because he'll stand there and do these like weird ass poses. And I saw him on some kind of game show one time where they had these different like musicians, and the host was like asking him, these kind of beginner questions before they get to the thing just about him, and he's just like rolling his eyes like, are you a fucking idiot? Why are you even asking me such dumb questions, and stuff. He's not wearing any makeup. And I was like, is my makeup okay? I love it.
So yeah, if people want to join us on Sunday for the watch party for Suburbia, the stream has already been made up and scheduled there. If you guys want to go on over there and hit the notification for that, but that'll be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're doing a watch party for Suburbia. They're actually like they look like they do a pretty good job, like a pretty good job with the homemade tattoos, like the unsanitized tattoos. Like they're actually really straight looking too. But Juno, you get anything new? You get any new movies in?
We got a few new movies in from Amazon and stuff.
All right. Yeah, I gotta send you that Exorcist 4K, but I'm also gonna send you a DVD of William Friedkin's Bug, because we're gonna do a watch party for that at some point in the summertime.
And y'all
And
are
I'll
gonna
just
y'all are gonna send Mother's Day for the watch party for that movie.
Yeah, I know. Like, I can't find that disc right now. It's somewhere
Oh,
around here, so I'm gonna try to keep looking for it. And if that pops up, I'll put that in the package. So, but I mean, as of right now, I mean, there might be something else I'll send you, but I'll check with you before I send it. It's gonna be like right after this weekend. I'll get that package out.
There are
hey,
also around the time that this was made, there's actually an ex biopic called The Unheard Music, and you can tell like some of the concert footage was filmed around there and other places, but it's really good because there's not the whole how she has the weird cuts of like different things, and there's actually better interviews, and they're not given tattoos, but it's still like some good stuff.
Oh, you know what I actually did get in the mail recently? I still have to unbox this on my channel. I got the
Hey,
new
Corey, I'm glad you're
Puppet
still here.
Master figures. I got the new Puppet Master figures from NECA for Six Shooter and Jester. Oh. I'm gonna be unboxing these on the channel sometime soon.
Jester and Six Shooters are my two favorite characters in the Puppet Master films. I feel like
But
they're
yeah, I
under.
love how they set up the boxes like they actually like they are in like the like the chests that they come in and shit. Like it just opens up just like that, which is pretty cool.
Pretty badass.
Yeah, I gotta unbox that on the channel probably next weekend since I'm still banned from YouTube for a week.
Yeah, to show one of the movies I got from Amazon, I picked up Terrifier.
Nah, Mikey, I didn't get the limited jacket or whatever that is. Like I think I remember seeing that, but yeah, I didn't get that. You know, Juno, actually, late last night, I ended up watching Terrifier 2. I put that on because, like, I don't know, a lot of people have been talking about it lately, and I've been curious to watch it again. And it's a good movie, but it really doesn't need to be 2 hours and 18 minutes.
But one of the Amazon movies I have here I picked up was the first one.
Yeah, yeah, that's a nice one there. I think that's like a DVD Blu-ray combo. But yeah, I had that same release. It's a nice one.
I would still say the first movie's better. Even though I do
Yeah,
enjoy the second film, like I just feel like the second film it does have some bloody and cool moments, but it does feel like there's some part that could have been cut out and could have cut out some of the filler stuff in the movie,
yeah,
especially like the dumb argument, like that scene kind of went on forever, like and out of place. Like, why did that need to be in the movie? Like, and that went on for like 5 minutes. Like, what the hell?
The the drummer for X, his name's Don, but he goes by DJ Bone Break, but he spells it like break, BRAKE. But man, I think he's like just a phenomenal drummer, because most people are like, well, these hardcore bands or punk bands that can't play. These guys were excellent because you have a guy that grew like Billy Zoom's dad was like, a musician that was in like these jazz bands and stuff. And then I think DJ's parents were as well. They were some sort of musicians, and stuff. And then you have Exene and John Doe's harmonies and everything. So it's completely really different than most of the bands on here and stuff.
yeah. Oh, all right. You want me to share your channel link? Okay, man. All right, yeah, I can do that. What the fuck, man? The fuck, man?
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, no problem, man. Well, it looks like we have 12 people in the chat still. Been double digits since we started.
Hey, and at
Damn.
least we're not doing like the same movies like 1,000 times over and over. Oh, wait, did I say that?
And more importantly, we got 23 likes.
Yeah.
Like, thank you.
Yeah, and then it looked like you lost a subscriber, but then you gained 2 more.
Woo! Got to keep that 100 streak, you know.
What band's playing right now?
X.
Okay.
They had this really cool song called like White Girl, and unfortunately they don't play it in this movie, but it's played in that biopic of theirs, that one called The Unheard Music.
Okay.
And then there's a song called Blue Spark, which was about how John supposedly had this crush on Lorna Doom, the bass player for the Germs. And, you know, apparently how Exene was pissed off, you know, of course, about it. But I mean, apparently nothing, you know, was never did, uh, you know, nothing ever really went on. But that was kind of just like the catalyst for him writing the song.
Yeah, so we got about like a half hour left of this. I guess, like, I don't know. I guess as soon as this is over, that's when we'll probably end the stream, I guess. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what time I'll be. I'll probably be off of here in, like, within the hour then.
Okay.
Be right back.
See, Sean, that's a lot different than their performance in Repo Man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're playing completely different music. They got like they're wearing like suits and shit in Repo Man. That's another thing with going to like these punk rock shows, man. You're always covered in sweat at the end of the night and smelling like everything in that fucking room, which smells like
Right.
decrepit dead people.
I was at a Jodie Foster's Army show one time, and this fucking bouncer, he was throwing kids around like off the stage. He threw this one kid off the stage, and the kid's boot clipped the top of my nose and split me open, and
Oh man.
gushing fucking blood, and and then this one girl that I knew, I kind of turned, and she's like, ah! And she's like, come here, and she like grabbed me. And then this other woman that I know that plays bass in the band called the My Dolls. She's like, what the fuck up? What happened? And I was like, oh, he threw this fucking kid off the stage, and his boot clipped me on the top of my nose. And they're like, put your head back. And then she went and got me some ice off from the bar. And then she's like, here, take a swig of my beer. And then she's like putting the ice on my nose and stuff.
Yeah, you don't know what's gonna happen, man.
Right. I wish they would have like interviewed these guys too, but they didn't, unfortunately.
Yeah, who knows what happened there?
And it's so funny to see Keith with his hair like that, because for years he's had these long ass fucking dreadlocks and shit. Oh yeah, you can see this on this fucking dude that's up on stage right now. There's gonna well, I don't know if it's the same guy, but you'll see. It's so fucked up. Yeah, it's the same guy. Okay, here we go. Like he's not. It's like what? You know?
It's so random.
Yeah. I mean, I told Moonbeam, I used to do shit like that, jump on the stage and like sing with the band or something real quick or whatever. But I never just did some kind of fucking like obsolete like noise, it's shit.
I don't know why he keeps holding that one Budweiser in his hand. It's probably piss warm.
Right.
He just keeps like rubbing it on his head. It's not even open. Yeah, make sure you guys are all subscribing to each other. You guys should be able to just click on each other's names and go right to each other's channels. So, yeah, support and subscribe to each other. We have 24 likes, 14 people.
There's Eugene again. This is where you'll see Diana from 45 Grave.
Texas, you got another subscriber.
Oh, awesome.
Up to 103.
Cool. Thank you to whoever that was. It might have been Jane Doe, so I appreciate it.
Just keep asking these people rhetorical questions.
Right.
Just asking shit that you already know about.
But the funny thing is too, like in suburbia, she did actually hire like punks for actors, and stuff too. And some of
Yeah,
them,
that's probably wise, for the authenticity of it.
right. And then, but some of them have gone on, to do like other stuff, and that was I think the good thing of it. And they just showed for 1 second it was Lorna from the Germs, but
Yeah, thank you, Jane Doe. Appreciate it.
yeah, thank you, Jane. There's Pat Smear.
Damn, dude, you see someone took buzz clippers right across the top of his
Right.
head.
The girl they just showed, Mary, that's Dinah from 45 Grave.
Like, it looks like he fell asleep and somebody was like, I'm going to cut his hair with these
Well, no,
clippers real quick.
he's got like an X, and he said the reason he has it is because he loves the band X and stuff. It's so funny because that guy they just showed that said I hate cops and Max Kenny. He's like this Japanese guy, and he lives back in Japan now. But he's really funny. He's you know, he's still a punk. Still the same. Although he's older, and stuff. But he's a cool guy.
Yeah. Got a giant X on his head.
See, and I think right there when he said, my stepdad's a cop, like
Yeah.
one of the, in Suburbia, one of the characters, his dad is like his stepdad is a cop. So I think she took part of that, when the story got written and stuff.
She's like, show me your head. He's got a giant X on his head. And Kale's here. What's up, Kale? Thank you for stopping by.
My favorite Superman.
Damn, yeah, that guy was looking pissed off as shit with a mullet. Like they put the camera on some
Yeah.
random guy in the crowd. The guy looked like he was so mad, but he had a mullet to make him not look so mad. It's funny in like punk rock music. It really doesn't matter on the quality of your vocals. It's more about
Right.
what you have to say in the vocals. It's not about the quality of your yelling and screaming. It's just the point of getting it across. It doesn't matter how it sounds. It's just, it's just having relatable words there,
Yeah. There's Darby in the crowd there. Oh, and that was another thing, like, because you were trying to think of like bands that were punk bands that were in movies, and Up in Smoke, they had that Battle of the Bands, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Germs are actually in that, and the Dills, who were a fucking phenomenal band, who later they morphed into this band, a country punk band called Rank and File, the Kinman brothers. But the Dills were great, man. They had this song called "I Hate the Rich" and "I'm Not Blank," and they were awesome.
Is that a guy singing?
No, That's Alice Bagg. I had mentioned her earlier. She's written books and she still does music with. She recently did a song with this guy Kid Congo Powers who played drums in this band, the Gun Club, and I think he might have even played with the Cramps for a time. Gun Club were phenomenal, except their fucking singer Jeffrey Lee Pierce, couldn't keep that fucking needle out of his veins.
Yeah, that's a tough habit to kick, man.
Yeah.
That's not easy, man. Damn, that one girl almost fell into the drum set. And Chris C is here. Chris C, the
Yep.
slasher dude. What's up, Chris? All right, later, Joseph.
Now we're getting to like I think the fear stuff or whatever.
Yeah, the first time I became familiar with fear was actually from the Night of the Demons movie. Now they're interviewing the managers of Club 88.
Yeah. At least they're kind of level-minded because there's so many, like a lot of people. It's like, we're not going to have this in our fucking club anymore.
Yeah, I'm really surprised to see them say like, these kids they need a release in a way, and this is their release, but they just don't know what to do with themselves. Like, so it's
Right.
like, all right, they get it, but not fully.
It's funny the singer of Fear, Lee Ving, he was in fucking Flashdance, I think, Streets of Fire, that movie Dude. That was another movie that Penelope directed. So he's been in a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, I actually have Streets of Fire. I've been meaning to watch it. I haven't gotten around to that yet, though. That's another Walter Hill film.
I just got the steelbook of that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an underrated flick with Willem Dafoe and the bad guy.
So many fucking hilarious lines that they say to the crowd and shit.
Yeah.
Pussy. Yeah, that became a staple. We used to say that in high school all the time. Eat my fuck, asshole.
He's like, how many homosexuals are here tonight? You just hear somebody in the crowd say, faggot!
That chick keeps spitting at him and shit. It's just,
They're all spitting at him.
yeah. They actually did write a song in that movie Neighbors with John Belushi because he was friends with him and he got him on Saturday Night Live and that was like a total fucking disaster.
I remember that, actually.
Donald Pleasance was the host of that too. It was on Halloween night.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Like that, there's like a high quality video of that on YouTube. Like it's like a brawl's about to start now, all because of people spitting on people and people bum rushing the stage. It's
Right.
like what a bunch of nonsense. Like all that got started over people spitting on people.
Dirk, it's great to be gay. You know, just to piss even more people off, you know. See, like, okay, this was the thing I was telling you, like that guy showing his arm, it says, give me your body. Apparently that was actually in the when the bags were on and she edited it into the fear thing or whatever. Do you know Avenue C, Sean?
Avenue C?
Yeah, in South Street, Philadelphia. That's what he says in the song.
Avenue C? There's no Avenue C in Philadelphia. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. That's what he says in the song and the lyrics.
Yeah, I mean, we got South Street, not Avenue C. All right, looks like we got 10 minutes left here.
I used to think, you know, some of these punks are like, what the hell's this blue shit? You know?
Still have 12 people in the chat.
I don't condone that. Which was a lie.
It's just so funny how, like, you know, the thing is like with punk rock bands, it's like, all right, let's talk shit between songs with the crowd. So we could
Right.
potentially have a problem when the set's over at the end of the night. Like, you know, like they just love causing trouble for themselves.
Well, it was funny because they had split up for a while, and then like they had like kind of regrouped with a couple of different people. And there was this one show that they were doing in San Francisco, and I was gonna go, and then I couldn't make it for some reason. And a coworker of mine went, and she said, "Oh, I went to the Fear show last night." And I was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry I missed it." She goes, "Well, you didn't miss much." She goes, "They played like 3 fucking songs. He shouted at somebody like for not, you know, nobody like, you know, dancing or yelling at him or some shit, and they left the stage." And I was like, "That's ridiculous." And then a few years ago, there was some like punk fest thing here, and like Agent Orange played a bunch of bands, and they were supposed to play. And then, because I know Lee lives in Austin now or something, and so they just decided they weren't going to play it. And my friend was mad because he's like, I said, "So did you see Fear?" And he goes, "No, they didn't play. They decided they were just going to go home." It's like, okay, what the hell, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to say if they were getting paid for that one.
That's actually true because there's so many people. Can I be on the guest list? Can I be on the guest list? there's like some bootleg I forget, and they had a song. I don't know if they ever did a studio version of it, but it's called Hank Williams Was Queer.
Oh man.
And what's funny is that they actually play it like country style and everything, you know.
Yeah, I think like some of the credits are coming up now. It's
Yeah,
like 2 minutes left here. It's really just like it's telling you what bands are played throughout the documentary right now.
yeah, and it lists the song titles and stuff.
Yeah. But you know, this is something like I mean, for a documentary that I've never seen, it's something I'm gonna have to sit down and watch on my own. But from what I can see with this definitely looks like a well-made documentary, especially for a punk rock documentary like this. But you know, I am really interested to see it, all of it, like all three parts actually. So I'm probably gonna end up just doing that, just watch it all in like one sitting if I get bored enough.
If you still want to do those other two, then at some point, because I'd rather you watch them and see what you think, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, that'd be the more ideal way of doing it. Like, you know, like you already know, I don't like doing watch parties for anything I'm like unfamiliar with. It's just hard to sit there and talk about something if I don't know what the hell's going on with it, really.
Right.
Right.
But I mean, you know, I'm interested to check out the rest of this. That's for sure. It is a very well
The
made
other part
documentary from what I've
is
seen
the other
so far.
part Texas. Is the other part on YouTube Texas?
I
Yeah,
think they are.
yeah, they're all three up there.
But you would say that the third part is the saddest one.
Yeah, because like I said, most of the punks are like, wait, here we go. The Fear Anthem.
Yeah, that's it.
Then a great shot of him at the end, and that's it. But yeah, it's like a lot of the punks are homeless and stuff, and you know it's kind of rough to get through a little bit.
Now, the other parts, are they like made in the same time period or this is like throughout the 80s?
The second one, the metal one, is made like in the late '80s because it came out in '88, and
Okay.
then the other one was in '98, like 10 years later. So it was
All
about
right, so it's
almost
like it's not all just one time period, really. It
no.
is kind of stretched out over time.
Yeah.
But that's interesting, though. But yeah, that's pretty much. I guess we're gonna end this one soon here. But yeah, this is it for the first stream on Texas's channel. But the next stream we're gonna do on Texas's channel again on Sunday. We're gonna be doing a watch party for Suburbia, the 1983 film, and yeah, we'll be doing that at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and yeah, I don't. Anything else you guys want to share before we get out of here? I guess.
Well, Wednesday, we're gonna have like a general, discussion stream, whatever. And
Yeah.
since it'll be like 2 days before my birthday, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, especially because Mikey's like one of the coolest guys around, even though he says I'm the coolest man around, but that's a bunch of hocus pocus. But anyway, for Mikey, because I know he's probably wanted to ask me a bunch of questions, so I'm gonna open this up, like once I think, and we'll do an AMA. I mean, you can ask us all questions, but but for me, want to do that because, obviously, that I like to talk and stuff like that. And so that way, you guys can get to know me a bit, and stuff. Because I remember the one night, I think I was on your channel, Sean, somebody's channel, and Mikey was just like, man, this is real talk. He's saying, a lot of, stuff. So, it's all
Yeah,
right.
I'm down for
Well,
that. Like, like on Wednesdays with the Hangout stream, it's open to anything. It's more about just hanging out and talking about whatever comes to mind. So I'm down to do whatever with that on Wednesday. I mean, it was scheduled on my channel. We can't do it because I'm fucking banned. So like, I don't mind doing it on your channel, and whatever the topic is, I'm perfectly fine with, because it really is just more about getting away from the typical watch party and having the focus just on a movie. It's just an opportunity to hang out and talk about whatever.
and Russell, that's an attribute that's really, I think, people really gravitate towards you, is just the fact that you're down to earth, you're real, honest, open about everything. And
Well, thank you,
Yeah,
Cade,
that's
man. I
like,
appreciate that. Wow.
I mean,
And you're a good,
with
and you're a good friend. And you're a good friend, Texas.
Thank you, guys.
with everything that he just said, like, I think that's why it was so easy to just have you start joining me back in December on like streams and stuff. It was just like this dude's so laid back and easy going. It's almost like, I feel like I've been friends with this dude for like months or years already. Like, just, I don't know, I could tell you're not the type of person to like linger on some bullshit. You don't hold grudges. Like, you clearly just want to interact and hang out with people, like.
Well, I do hold like one grudge, but I don't discuss.
Yeah, but you don't let that shit overflow into
No,
time like this.
that's
Like,
true.
you save that shit for a particular time when it's meant to be. It's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I know you're just not somebody to like harp on some shit like that.
No,
It's, you just want to hang out and talk and interact and relate to people. That's what I've noticed.
thank you, Caveman Dope, and you too, Juno, and you, Sean, for the great compliments. And then I just actually got this one, and how I feel about her. So,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna,
all good, man.
I'm gonna be in tears in a second. So,
Yeah.
but
But yeah,
honestly,
with saying that too, though, like, I think all of us here have enjoyed seeing Moonbeam in the chat too. So getting to know her a little bit more has been pretty cool to see.
yeah, I mean,
sometime
she,
you'll have to get her on a live with you sometime.
well,
Yeah, she's
maybe.
gonna have to get on the panel one of these days. It's gonna have to happen. No pressure.
Yeah,
No pressure.
Take your time.
she,
But when we end this, if you want to play that trailer again, you know where to go, right?
oh yeah,
To the brand section. That's if you want to play it again. That's up to you. But I mean, I guess best thing to do with that is like hit play on it, and soon as you see that it's over, hit end stream.
Okay.
You should see that where it was saying like where it says go live. I think that should be the same button.
Right. So I mean, do you guys got anything coming up or anything? I mean, Caveman, you got to get your ass out of the hospital so you can start doing stuff again with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting out on April 5th, I think. You're getting out of the hospital, so that's next Friday, I think.
Getting out Sunday.
So today's the 5th, right? All right, so you're getting out over the weekend.
Yeah, on Sunday.
Okay,
good.
yeah, that's when we'll be doing the next stream. Will be on his channel for Suburbia. We're doing that at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I don't have anything going on my channel because I'm currently fucking banned for the week. So I'm on YouTube vacation right now.
YouTube vacation. That whatever that song about vacation and it has some line before it, but there you go. Like, I don't remember. What about you, Juno?
Pretty much just uploading reviews and then also doing a movie haul video for from uh February and March because I didn't do a movie haul, so it's gonna be for March and February movie haul
All
about
right, that's
stuff I
cool.
picked up from thrift stores and
Thank you, Jay.
Amazon, and FYE movies,
That sounds good.
and some books that I picked up as well.
I want to. Moonbeam said that she's an introvert. I'm an introvert too, so I'm able to do this. So she can do it.
So I guess on that note, because like I said, I might have like started singing some of the songs, which I didn't, but I guess I can do this one part of the Fear song that I mentioned, and that was Hank was a homosexual, and I'll just leave it.
But yeah, I want to thank everybody in the chat for hanging out with us tonight on a Friday like this for the first stream on Texas's channel. This went really well. It seemed like we had double digits the whole night. So I definitely appreciate you all taking the time to show up for this. And yeah, if you guys are free on Sunday night and you're not doing anything, come on by again to Texas's channel. We'll be watching Suburbia. I'm about to say Serbia. We're going to be watching Suburbia on Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully that'll be another good turnout.
Suburbia.
Hey, you are so welcome, Jeff, and I appreciate the fact that you did watch it because I was, Sean kind of had his reservations, but I was like, we're gonna have to watch it eventually, and stuff like that. So, and it just fit because I was like, yeah, that's her first film before Suburbia. Not Serbia, but Suburbia and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
No, it definitely, that's another thing I didn't mind about because it made perfect sense with the timing and the fact that I got banned and I just showed you how to work StreamYard. It's like, that's another thing. It's like, all right, show you how to work StreamYard. 12 hours later, I'm banned.
But I really do appreciate all the love and all, and I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for coming out tonight. And panel and everybody in the chat, you made everything great, and I want to continue to like do this because unlike some streams, you're just sitting there like it's like we always have fun. There's always something, if we get lost, we get right back into it. One of us will pick it up and whatnot. So there you go. But yeah, I'm not going to leave us on that note with the Hank Williams thing. I'm going to leave us with a different, better one. They've been sticking pitchforks in my brain. There we go.
And here's to your 100 subs, Texas.
Thank you so much, Juno.
Yeah, congrats again on the milestone.
Every time you guys say Suburbia, I think Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf. That's what I always called him anyway.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf. Mikey, also, I love that Suburbia with Giovanni Ribisi because that's the one that Richard Linklater did, and there's a great soundtrack to that. That's a good movie. All right.
I love Disturbia also because it's a really good Rear Window remake.
Right. James Rear
Window.
Disturbia.
So, but sorry.
No. So, all righty, we're gonna, see you people on Sunday. Love you all, and we're out.
Nice.
That's stupid punk rock. I just think of it as rock and roll because that's what it is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Ah, ah, ah.
stunning, says Robert Hilber of the LA Times. Bracing, stimulating, and technically superb, Todd McCarthy of Variety. Anyone who wants to learn about the new music at arm's length should check out Penelope Spheeris' chilling new film, Chris Morris, LA Reader. Suburban Voodoo, Doug Simmons, the Boston Phoenix.
My house smells just like the zoo. Oh, man, you can spit really good.
The Decline documents a sociological phenomenon that is the foundation for the most shocking American youth movement in history.
Everybody mellow out.
Spheeris Films presents Fear, Black Flag, Circle Jerks, Germs, and X in See it in a theater where you can't get hurt.